guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene and welcome to another episode of ADHD and the Bible. This particular episode, I'm going to just be open and transparent with you guys with what I've brought or presented to you guys as tactics or tools that kind of help me to focus and concentrate. And we're going to talk about if they actually work or not. Or do I need to shut up? Or do I need to go back to the drawing board, right? So, obviously, disclaimer, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not anyone who can legally diagnose you, so please don't ask. I have not considered myself diagnosing myself per se. I'm just willing and accepting of the fact that I can closely relate to someone who has ADHD because I have trouble focusing, paying attention, holding on to my interests. I have trouble being indecisive, not being able to make a sound decision or stay with the decision. And my concentration level is way off. And I have trouble retaining what I read. Like I could read this and it just doesn't stick. So these things are all factors towards my quiet time or my routine, which is why I decided to make this series, because I know I'm not the only one. And a lot of you have even came out and said, yeah, I do have ADHD and these are my issues. Now what? First and foremost, take everything up to God. You have to be willing and humble enough to say, God, I see this as a problem. Help me because I want to learn about you. I want to study your word. I want my quiet time to be meaningful and I want you to get the glory outside of these issues that I can't handle and control. And God will answer you. So let's talk about what I've done. I've rearranged my desk to simplicity. I talked about that in a previous video on my other channel, like being a minimalist, like just, I don't need it. If I don't need it, I don't need it. So I've cleared my desk of only the essentials, only things that I know I'm going to grab for, such as my laptop, my study Bibles, my sticky notes, my prayer journal, my highlighters. That is it. Like, oh, and I got a lamp, of course, because in case I have to be here during the nighttime. But I've organized and rearranged and put up all my other tools, like the extra markers and pens and stuff. Excuse me. I packed away all these stickers, the printables. I've gave away Bibles. I took Bibles to anything that was not essential. I have given it away and I have put it away. Now, the printables and stuff, I kind of put in a place where it's like, okay, God, I'm waiting for you to officially say, get it out of here, or you learn your lesson. Now you can bring it back, within moderation, of course. But I honestly, since I packed those things away, I am completely happy and satisfied. I have no regrets and I do feel a sense of relief. Another thing I've done is rearrange my bookshelves. Y'all know I've been going back and forth with that for a long time, and I've kind of worked backwards this time. The first time I said it overwhelmed me to keep looking at all my books and my devotions, and then I kind of cleared out those and kind of made it about Bibles. But then I realized that was the opposite thing of what I should have been doing, because it was like, okay, now I got to fill my shelves with the Bibles. Completely redid it. You will catch that video pretty soon. Maybe shortly after this one. I don't know. I have a lot of videos that are completely out of order. But anyway, then I said, let me narrow down my studies and kind of focus on one Bible at a time. Now, that was one of the things that I can say I relapsed pretty hard. I went from putting my Bibles on the bottom shelf so that, okay, they're going to be hard to reach. So maybe I won't put much energy into getting them, to taking them out and putting them on a whole nother shelf anyway. Just a lot of back and forth stuff. And it came back down to my comfort is rooted in these two translations, and I can't get it to waver. And that's NLT and NIV. Now, my own personal struggle is because I know better. I know that they both are thought for thought versions and kind of leading towards the paraphrase side. And I really want to dig in a word for word translation, but it seems to be an issue for some reason. I can't let go. And for multiple reasons. Like I said, for selfless reasons, because I want to be able to discuss things with y'all. And I know that as far as teaching, and this is something I asked my husband, NLT is okay. He has an issue with NIV, and ESV is another good teaching translation. But the issue is, I don't have a journal in ESV, but then that's an excuse, right? Why can't I use my study Bible? You know? But on my desk, I have the ESV study Bible, the King James study Bible, and my New American Bible that I got a long time ago. And then down below, I put all my journaling Bibles so that it's understood when I come here, they're secondary. They're not primary. If I end up getting time to do anything there, then that needs to be the latter time of my quiet time or in my day, versus actually coming here and reading and getting to know God and studying. That's primary. So that part has worked to a certain extent, but I must admit, I still end up going down there and picking up something and rearranging something and this, that, and third. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And I rearrange my other shelf. Quiet time is a little more peaceful and a little more purposeful, because not only am I setting goals to complete things, but like I said, I'm actually digging into studying where I'm at. So like, if I'm in the book of Jude, I've read it in 2 different translations. I've looked at a study Bible notes and made my own notes, and just really took my time in reading it. Another book that I really took time, and it took me like 2 weeks to even finish it, was First John. It took so long to finish that book. And I read it in multiple translations, and the whole point of was it to see if it would stick. And honestly, it did. It stuck a lot better reading it in multiple translations than just sticking in one and just calling it done. I still am keeping track of what I read. I will have a video posted about that soon. But going forth, I have a whole nother one printed out because I want a clean slate to kind of see my progress, you know. But as far as Bibles, I'm content. I'm happy. I talked to my husband about it. I prayed about it. I'm not at a number, which is something I had to focus on. I had to think about too. I'm like, okay, I'm so focused on the number that I'm just like, okay, give it away, give it away. And then I'm like, no, you don't want to impulsively give things away, because then you'll be right back at square one, where you impulsively bought because you felt like you was lacking or in need, right? Not cool. But anyway, so I have this one that I keep saying, put it down, put it down, put it down. I keep picking it back up. This is my Journal of the Word NIV Bible. I don't know, y'all. Like, I just keep coming back in here and I keep reading. I'm currently in Joel. And I'm like, okay, maybe if I finish that book, I will be done. Maybe. Because that's something I do too. Like, I start reading a book and then I go elsewhere. And then, of course, I'm going to want to finish that book. Like, in my Inspired Bible, the original one, I'm reading Ezekiel, which is a really lengthy book. And I have not finished that book. And it's like, well, duh, I'm going to want to finish it, so I'm going to keep touching it. So I just want to let y'all know that this does not directly affect my Bible lineup that I have already showed you guys. But I do see it not being concrete and set in stone, if that makes sense. I do see myself dealing in my Inspired Praise along with my Inspired Prayer. But I get into that in another video as well. But I would say safe space for anybody who has any of the following issues I've said prior, whether it be anxiety about reading the Bible, stress, comprehension. Please, 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 please get that one Bible that you gravitate towards. Don't fight it. Don't beat yourself up. Whatever it is, stick to it. Read it, pray. Find a clear space and opportunity to study, whether it be in your bedroom at night, in the living room, when things are quiet, people are away, or if you got an office space. Just find that moment in time where your quiet time is actually quiet. And pray, listen for God's voice, and focus. No music, no phone, no electronics, no TV in the background, just zoom in and see how God leads you, whether he says that's enough, or maybe it's okay to grab a study Bible. He knows how much you can do, right? And you have to learn that through him, because we are deceived so easily through what's beautiful, what's vibrant, what's colorful, what's glittery, what's the norm, or what's popular. Like, we're so easily deceived. So strip away the madness and zoom in, right? That's what I have to say in this video. It has helped me so far, and I will keep you guys updated on my own personal experience, as well as providing tips and things along the way. I love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.